Welcome back to the E.B. Ronquez Show, and today we're talking finance and stocks. So I don't know if you all noticed, but this week there has been a huge rally and increase in the stock market because people believe that the worst is already over when it comes to the financial crisis that we're in as a result of the coronavirus. Honestly, this experience and watching the stock market has shown me that you can't time the market, you can't predict anything. If you believe a stock is undervalued, invest. And so that's why I am doing this video today. Pay attention, pay attention. There was a recent article that actually said that the billionaires of the world, the top 1%, their wealth increased about $434 billion. Billion with a B. That's an astronomical amount for their wealth to increase in a pandemic, in a recession, in a time where we're experiencing a high rate of unemployment. So I'm doing this video as a public service announcement. We need our middle-class citizens to invest. We need our minorities to invest. If you have a little extra cash, I'm not saying, you know, put all your savings into the stock market right now. It's volatile. But if you have a little cash that you're willing to part with, I think the stock market is the perfect place to park it. Ooh. Oh, and it turns out that this crazy increase of wealth among the already wealthy is not really new. It happened in 2009 during the last recession that we had. So this is a pattern. Now, there's actually an article that I stumbled across a few weeks ago, but with everything that's happening in terms of Black Lives Matter movement and buying Black and supporting Black-owned businesses right now, I think that it's always been timely, but it's especially timely now, right? And this article, I'm gonna of course link it below, basically talked about the wealth discrepancy between the Black and white community. And the average Black family has a net worth that's about $154,000 less than the average white family. And of course, a lot of this is due, majority, almost all of it is due to redlining, Jim Crow laws, and other racial discrimination. Now, for those who are not familiar with net worth, how you pretty much calculate it is by calculating all of your positive assets, whether it be your car, your bank accounts, your home value, and all of that, and subtracting it from your debts. So is that student loan debt, credit card debt, your mortgage, and so on. So, and then it also talks about wealth percentiles in the Black and white communities. A Black family in the 90th percentile is about equivalent to a white family in the 65th percentile. That's again why I'm telling all of my minorities to invest, even if it's just a few dollars. Open up a stash account, open up an Acorn account, open up a Robinhood account, open up a stock trading account if you do not have one. Which brings me to my next point, that there is a Black-owned stock exchange platform called Freedom Capital. So you may want to check that out. I haven't actually created an account yet, but it was something that I found interesting. So with everything happening and the We Buy Black movement, I was like, I wonder if there are any Black-owned publicly traded companies. Turns out there are a few. And so I kind of looked through a few of them and just picked the 5 that I thought could be worth looking into. Now, I am not a financial advisor. I am not an investment expert. However, I'm very interested and into personal finance. I've been able to kind of do a little something, and you know, my stocks are having a nice returns. They're all in the green right now. Now, the first is Citizens Trust Bank. The ticker is CZBS. And they had some good growth in 2017. Then they started kind of flatlining after that. But of course, the stock did kind of plummet in March because of Corona, and has started to experience upward mobility this past week. The second is Urban One. The ticker is UONE. And this is a penny stock, so that's really all I gotta say about that. It is a media company, so something to look into. The next one is RLJ Lodging Trust. This is actually a real estate investment trust company, and the performance over the past 3 years have been a bit flat, but there's been a recent upswing, like most other stocks, starting in March. So the next one is VanEck Africa. The ticker code is AFK. Now this is actually an ETF that models the African GDP index and has a number of African owned businesses in the mix. And the next one is American Shared Hospital Services, and the ticker is AMS. This is also a penny stock. Not much else for me to say about that one. I don't personally really invest in penny stocks, but it's worth, looking into. All right, so I hope that after this conversation, investing is a little less intimidating. I think now is a great time to look at Black-owned and minority-owned publicly traded companies, as well as just being really conscious about where our dollar is going and how it's serving us, because the stock market is making a lot of people rich and wealthy, and I for one want to try to be part of that trend. Now I will say this, after everything that has happened, I have decided that I am no longer going to try to time the market, because I was not expecting a rally right now. I was not expecting the market to have an upswing this quickly. I thought that the stocks were going to plummet and plummet even further, and that's not what it did. I feel like the stock market is just how rich people feel the economy is doing. So with that said, get in where you fit in. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share as always, and I will see you in a few days.